Greetings, everyone. My name is KG Prestige. Here with me, I have my buddies Tyrone and John.
Hello, everybody. Tyrone the God 3 here.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's JPR.
And today, folks, we are going to be doing a review on the episode Decisive Battle in the Ninja Village, Frogdeer versus Bisharp. And
It's not morning, John, you bastard.
Oh yeah, we're the night crew, so
you'll understand soon enough, folks. But yeah, with that being said, this episode was downright through the roof in terms of just action left and right. Like, there was just so much happening in this battle, from just attacks just being launched left and right, coming up with a plan to save the elder, the evolution after that evolution, the teases. Like, oh my gosh, I think this episode, like, overall, these two episodes have been episodes that we've been kind of craving for a while now when X, Y, and Z started. And we finally got these two, and I'm completely satisfied with how they handled what happened within this episode. Except one thing in particular, which I'll talk a little bit more in when we get into this. But I want to hear what you guys got to say in terms of what you thought of this episode overall.
You want me to go first?
All right.
yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. Okay, so overall, I really liked how action-packed this episode was. This episode didn't lose a beat of action, even though we had that short little transition, but it was a necessary transition when they were all in the Ninja Hut strategizing. I thought that was really cool because then it made the all-out attack afterwards much better. So I gotta say kudos to them for this is how you pace an episode full of action, is that you don't lose a beat. And when I was going into this two-parter, this was definitely what I was hoping for in part two, was just not a second loss, because part one was the build-up episode. So yeah, it did its job.
Yeah, part one definitely seemed kind of rushed, but this one did a phenomenal job pacing itself. I mean, like you said, the strategy briefing there, that was just like the hype, the build up for the big battle, and then of course you had the climax with the Ash Ninja at the very end. I mean, everything here was just so well done and well paced.
Yeah, I cannot deny. And what really helped to make this episode better, in my honest opinion, is that everybody participated in some form. Serena got involved, Clement got involved in the battle, Bonnie was reading in the background, all the other ninjas were there also assisting. We got to see Sanpei's brothers going at it as well. Like, everybody was taking a shot in what was going on within this war, and that really just helped showcase that these characters aren't just going to be left in the sidelines. And I'm really happy with that, because as I've mentioned in previous reviews and discussions, one of the things that I personally kind of got worried when it came to these is that I always imagined it was only going to be specifically focused on Ash and the main character of that said moment. But
Ash and Sanpei.
yeah, but when we come into this one, it is involving everyone, and I feel like it benefited for that. Nobody was left behind in the dust. Everybody had some sort of involvement, and that really helped kind of.
And Team Rocket got flicked off just the way I wanted them to.
I know, they were gone. Like,
Yeah, actually, yeah, let's go talk about that. Team Rocket got annihilated not even a minute into the episode. Like, 3 Skarmories just launch attacks at those things, and bam, they're gone for good. And that was the last we heard of them.
It was
yeah,
like
I was
the
really surprised they
episode.
didn't come back.
It was like the episode was going, oh crap, Team Rocket's here. Get them out of here. The actual plot's going on.
Oh, but really, I will have to say, though, very comedic start to the episode.
Oh yeah, definitely. I am a little sad that the whole like Serena hostage thing like never took form. Like, it was gone like as soon as it started, and I was like, well, they had a cliffhanger for the last episode, and it kind of led to nothing. So I was a little disappointed by that. But compared to the rest of the episode, I'm willing to forgive it.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like, I thought it would have been a wonderful opportunity to kind of, see how Ash and the gang would have to go through this, obstacle if Serena and the other one was, held hostages during this moment. Yeah, nothing happened. It just got 2 logs, ended up taking the bait instead, and they're free to go. So, yeah.
Yeah, the substitution jutsu.
Yep.
Yeah. But in place of it, we got the scenes with Sanpei's brothers participating in the battle. Meowstick episode. Take notes. This is how you handle siblings.
Right?
Okay, so as we further go within this episode, we start learning about the people on the enemy side. And one of them in particular that I thought was pretty interesting and really helped kind of, how would I say it? Like, I think you said it best, John, that it really was a great way to kind of, it was a good callback, basically, to what happened within the past. And it was in regards to, Sanpei's mission to leave the village for the time being to kind of go get a better strong with his Froki, or that is now a Greninja, This guy here, his name is Kagetono, I believe that's how they pronounce it, who once lived with the people in the ninja village. And they recognized him, or they remember him mostly being a very talented ninja, to the point that he was actually going to be, the leader of the village. Yeah, he was going to be the elder, the leader of the said village. However, corruption ends up playing a role, and that he begins telling the elder that he's not simply going to do this. He already has the power. Why does he need to go through this mission? It makes no gosh darn sense to him. And because of that, he pretty much got rejected in becoming the leader, and now left the village to create his own clan to showcase to the elder that power will pretty much dominate what's gonna go down within this episode. And for the majority of the episode, he kind of did leave a good point. He clearly had power under his disposal and was pretty much on the winning side for the time being.
Oh, definitely.
So I'm very happy that they kind of talked a little bit about the villain and give us a bit of an idea of why this entire thing all occurred to begin with. Because last episode it was just kind of like, oh look, enemy sides. They're attacking for some reason, and then suddenly we come into this one, and it gives us a answer as to why all this began, So
right,
the callback was really good. Like, it explains why Sanpei was out there in the first place. I thought honestly that was just gonna be filler crap because they Kung Fu Panda us there at the end. It's like the blank scroll, and you're like, well, that's absolutely nothing. Skip this episode.
Onward to the next.
Yeah, I'm glad the Barbacle Ninja showed up as many times as he did, too. It gave him a lot more relevance. Because I was like, oh, it's he doesn't even have to earn himself a name. I just go, it's Barbacle Ninja.
Just that guy.
That guy with the Barbacle.
And then the Shiftry mask, because why not?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, that guy, the Barbacle guy.
Yeah, he's here. Also, that guy with the Hexorus mask. Yeah, he's here too. But I will have to say, another great thing, and I mentioned it in the previous one, is that I really did enjoy the callbacks from the first time we saw during Sanpei's debut. Him mentioning his brothers, with one owning a Greninja, the other one owning a Venusaur, and they really kept pure to that when coming into this episode, and they didn't kind of just ignore it. And I feel like it really just showcases that stuff that happened way back then can make an impact to episodes like here. Like, we're already 90 episodes in, and this is happening,
X and Y has actually been really good about that. X and Y has been really good about that. They haven't really screwed up on that. Once they reference something or mention something in the future, it's more than likely going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
that's why we end up keep seeing that the Farfetch bitch is John. But one thing I thought was pretty interesting in this episode, I just want to mention real fast, was I like the fact that we mentioned the brothers and how they're in there. I like the fact how when the whole battle's happening with all of the ninja and stuff, I love Gengar.
Oh, the Gengar just crushing the guy out of nowhere?
The Gengar who got hit by Shadow Ball
yes, that was
and hits his trainer because he's flying backwards and hits
that guy's dead. That guy's dead. There's no way to avoid that. There's two episodes here.
I love how this like, we're in clearly a serious war between ninjas, and we still got the time to put in some humor.
Yeah, most people just call that slapstick, but it was so well timed that it's like, it was actually like good comedy. Like I really enjoyed that.
The expression on Gengar's face was priceless.
And you
Yeah.
only see him for a split second, and then he's gone. You're just like, wow, that was
Yeah,
nice.
it's like little moments like that really just kind of help push this episode to be a really great one overall. Like the battle in itself is great. As I mentioned beforehand, the fact that everybody participated in it really did, wonders for what
I
happened
think
within
it's
this battle.
yeah, I think it's because the reason we kept thinking that it was going to be just Ash and Sanpei was because of the way the last episode ended. They are on the same, what looks like the same cliff as before. Where in the episodes all through the
Hmm.
trailer, getting the trailer of Ash Greninja, which takes place on the same cliff.
And it was
Just
Bisharp
like,
in both battles.
yeah,
So
and
we
Bisharp.
honestly thought, oh, this same battle's going to be going on for 2 straight episodes. Like, what?
Yeah.
Right, and then we were just gonna keep going all the way till night, where in fact it's just they got to regroup, and I gotta agree with KG. That was a much better choice to have them regroup and then come back to the battle because it made for a much more interesting fight when everybody was there, as opposed to just Ash and Sanpei.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do feel sorry for Sanpei's middle brother there, like who has the Venusaur, because there's multiple scenes in this episode where you have like all three Greninjas together, four if you count the hero Greninja, and this Venusaur, like
It's just sticking out like
he's
a
the
sore
odd
thumb.
man out.
He does
He's
stick
just
out like
there.
a sore thumb. Yeah, he sticks out like a sore thumb.
Oh my god. No, but yeah, poor Venusaur. If it had Mega Evolved, I think things would have been a little bit more interesting, but that didn't happen.
Mm.
He's definitely the adopted brother of the brothers right now.
Adopted ninja. Oh, goddamn. But you mentioning the whole regroup thing, Tyrone. Yeah, I'm very happy that they did that because, for starters, it kind of gave us a little bit of the backstory of Kagetono before we actually jumped into the battle, full force without getting any explanation as to what happened. But thankfully, they did that. They regrouped. They talked about what was going on, and they were, getting a little bit of an information on what we were going to be going up against. Now, one of the things that I personally enjoyed during that segment was that both Ash and Sanpei were ready to go and run off to go and rescue the Elder. However, the entire gang basically tells them to just sit back down. You guys have no idea where they're at to even begin with. Where are you gonna go? Let's just think of a plan and see
Where
what'll
they
go
at
on.
to?
Yeah, and both Sanpei and Ash react at the same time. They're like, "Yeah, okay, never mind." You get to see them both sad. Like they really are like the same when it comes to their personality. Like
Oh
when
yeah.
danger happens, they want to go do something about it, and when they can't, they react the same way as well. So I love that scene overall because it really just kind of like showcased a little bit of these two characters, personality.
You guys are too
Right.
important to the plot. We're gonna send this guy with a semi-sage who we'll never see again out to scope the area.
I thought he was gonna die. I thought he was gonna
I thought
die.
he was the next guy too. I was like, well,
Yeah,
they killed
because
one guy.
because when he's sneaking up on the enemy clan, he runs off and he makes that noise. You know when you're about to run off,
Yeah,
and
and
the
they
guy.
hear him. Like
Yeah, they
it
hear him.
attracts attention, and
I thought the Bisharp guy was gonna be in front of him, like teleport in front of him and just destroy him. Like that's what I wanted to happen, but then again, I remind myself that this is Pokemon. But then again, they kill the guy, so
yeah, true.
Oh my gosh! But I believe during that scene in the from what I got in the subs, apparently Kagetono said, "Okay, it's all going according to plan. This is where we're gonna meet up and all that." Because during the battle that goes down, both Kagetono and one of Sanpei's brothers are duking it out to see who's gonna be the leader of the village. Like they put the leader on the line. So I think this is what Kagetono had in plan from the very start and was waiting for somebody to go and find them so the entire plan can begin. So I like
Right.
how everything wraps up into this really nice solid kind of plot within this episode. Really showcasing what Kagetono really wanted to do in this time basically, and
And
that's
I
basically be
like
the leader.
I like how one of the things I really do like now that we stop to talk about it. I like how they didn't waste a moment to help to help development on the main brother, the oldest brother. the one with the Greninja. I like how the spotlight's mostly on him. Like Ash and Sanpei are the ones that take down one of the threats, but the main battle is Weavile versus Greninja.
Oh yeah.
And I
Dude.
like that. That's sort of it's. I don't know if you guys have watched like Hunter x Hunter or actual Naruto. Um, that's how they set up things. It's like Naruto's the main character, but he doesn't necessarily fight the main threat of the arc. And I'm glad that they took the time to actually do that here. Like Ash got stronger, but he didn't fight the main threat.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't hurt to be realistic. You gotta let the strongest guy in the village fight the strongest guy on the other side. That was a nice inclusion there.
Yeah.
It definitely made me think of like shonen animes that do that stuff where Sanpei and Ash still have a ways to go before they're on that level. But for now, we can give them spotlight. But the important battles right here.
Yeah. And you know what? Oh, go on.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that I think one of the things that really helped push that fight to be a really solid one was the animation that went along with that as well, with how the camera was rotating between these two characters, the slashing between one another, and I definitely love how they transition from one battle to another flawlessly in some scenes, and it really just showcases that there's just so many things going on at the same time, but all of these events are connected in some form. And, we had, like, obviously the big brother of Sanpei's versus the Weavile. Then we had Ash and Sanpei versus, of course, the dude with the Bisharp. And then we had the rest of the other ninjas and the rest of the X and Y gang duking it out with the, common ones. So, like, that's what I really like. The animation really helped to benefit it in these scenes. And, yeah, I have to agree with you. I think they did a solid job in terms of making sure that the main focus was on Sanpei's brother more than really anyone else. Even at the very finale of the episode, they really put more focus on him and didn't really talk much about what happened in terms of Ash's Frogadier until the very end of the episode.
Yeah, the end. Yeah, the end after the end.
Yeah.
But like you said, I really like the transitions as well because, you're going from one battle to another battle, and neither battle was boring. Like, they each had their own thing on the table. That was going on. Sometimes what Pokemon will do is like they'll transition from like a battle scene to like a really calm scene, and so you're like bored with one subplot, and you're just itching to get back to the main one. And that didn't happen here. They did a really good job.
It definitely breaks the I guess the momentum when they do that. They used to do that a lot in Ash's gym battles, where he would battle a gym leader, and then Team Rocket, it'll cut to Team Rocket doing some like, we're sneaking into the food pantry.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh God, really? Really? So it sort of kills the momentum, or at least slows it down.
This episode definitely kept the tension all the way through.
X and Y has been doing that period where it tries its best not to lose a beat. Or I think even in the battle that Ash had with Olympia, it didn't lose a beat.
Yeah, I think the only gym battle that had like actual like Team Rocket filler in it was Karina's gym battle. But honestly, that was just because I think they needed like a few extra seconds. In the episode.
Even that, Clement and Serena battled Team Rocket.
They destroyed them like in 2 moves. So yeah.
So even when Team Rocket came to be the distraction, they still didn't kill the momentum because battling was happening during that time.
Yeah.
And
go ahead, KG.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I really have to say, for that episode, the fact that they kept that momentum going really just didn't, it didn't break the pace at all whatsoever. So that is a perfect example of how they should handle episodes when it comes to pacing. When battles happen, or even multiple battles are happening, go back to this episode and use this as a form of a basis idea to kind of, give yourself some form of a method to keep all these battles entertaining and not really boring in some form, like bad transitionings or stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really happy with the results of this battle. I think it was great overall.
So should we talk about the obvious pink elephant in the room?
Yeah, I think we all should at this point, because this is basically what occurs within the middle of the battle. And before we get to that evolution, I want to talk about what occurs before it, because it kind of reminded me of when Froakie evolved into a Frogadier. So during the battle of Ash and Tanpei versus the dude with the Bisharp, the Pokemon were getting themselves destroyed in that battle. And Pikachu was going to be the target of Bisharp. He was going to basically, I think, use Shadow Claw on Pikachu to pretty much annihilate that Pokemon from even participating in the battle. Now, Ash decides to tell Pikachu to run before it's too late, and without being commanded at all whatsoever, Frogadier leaps into it, grabs, Bisharp, and makes sure that that Pokemon does not hit Pikachu. And when that occurred, Frogadier evolved into, Greninja. And it honestly kind of made me feel like it was a little bit of a throwback, or it really felt familiar to what happened with Frogadier. Yeah, it was a direct match
to what happened when he was Froggy.
When he fought fought the Barbacle.
Yeah, exactly. Froggy to Frogadier was very similar evolution.
So the evolution process. I really have to say I definitely loved how it happened, the evolution, because it really is what Frogadier wanted. It wants to protect its friends, and the fact that they've kept that motto from when it was once a Froakie to where it's at now, I'm very happy they did that. So I'm happy with the results of the evolution.
I think we can all agree Ash's Pokemon evolving in this series are probably the coolest ways to evolve.
Oh, yeah. They've been really good so far.
Yeah, from Fletchling to Fletchinder, Fletchinder to Talonflame, Froakie to Frogadier, Frogadier to Greninja.
Now, I will say I did have one slight problem with this, and it was just very small. It was like as soon as Frogadier evolves into Greninja, Ash is like, wow, cool, it evolved. Pikachu, use Thunderbolt. I'm like, what? Really? Really?
He's much stronger. Weakened Pikachu, use Thunderbolt.
I was like, okay. And then he was like, okay, now use Water Shuriken. And I was like, whatever.
Okay, whatever. It happened, I guess. It wouldn't really matter much, but yeah.
Don't mind me, Ash. I just evolved.
And then speaking of whatever, the Ash Greninja scene.
All right, here we go.
Where the fusion happens, it's like Ash doesn't even react until it's over.
He doesn't lose a beat. Like at all.
He's like, you know what? I know this transformation has happened, but we're gonna keep on attacking until this is over. And then when
I saw it in the trailers.
But I do want to talk about that because I feel like as much as they've been building it up, this really felt pretty underwhelming, but at the same time, it kind of gave me hope for what they could potentially do in the distant future because
I liked it. I
have a comment on it, so you guys say your things, and I'm gonna say my thing.
Okay, so
I like it just because it was a tease. Like 10 seconds is all I needed. Like some people were looking for more. Some people were like, oh, we waited this long just for 10 seconds of Ash Greninja. It's like, okay, I get where you're coming from. But we're going to see a lot more of this guy in the future, and I feel like this was a great way to just tease it for the moment.
Yeah, I will have to say, if in terms of a tease, I really enjoyed it. The execution I wasn't so fond of, because during that scene, Ash and Greninja are basically synchronized during that scene, and Ash was screaming out, we are going to be much stronger. And then suddenly these two characters are blue. How in the heck did that happen? Like, we didn't see anything happening to Ash's body. Clearly, we read summaries saying that something was going to occur to Ash's body when this thing gets triggered. But
we also saw summaries that said Eevee was going to have a thing with Pikachu, and it was Final Beast. So.
We've
kind of gone down that road.
Mr. Still Yo Girl.
No, but I would have loved a little bit of a build-up, like before, because, we got to see Greninja at least have, the glowed eyes. I would have loved to have seen, maybe something in Ash's chest began to glow or something. Something to kind of showcase that Ash is in sync with his Greninja, but nothing was showcased during that scene. Maybe it wasn't something we could see because it was, only showcasing from his neck up. But maybe he actually has his chest glowing during that scene. We just didn't see it in our views.
Possibly.
So, but yeah, that was the only minor complaint I had. I didn't really like how it was built up because it was there was none. It just happened, straight up, bam. The evolution occurred. Here's Ash Greninja, punches the Bisharp, turns back to normal. Ash questions, what just happened just now? And here's the thing: some people have been telling me for some strange
Wait, what
reason.
happened now?
Okay, yeah, what happened now? But some people have been telling me that it seems like whenever Greninja takes a hit, Ash feels it. But I didn't see any of that occur within the episode unless I missed it. Maybe
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna have
blinked
to
it.
rewatch the episode for that because I only saw it once and I did not catch that the first time. So
If Greninja dies in the game, you die for real.
Greninja Art Online confirmed.
Oh God.
But John, did you say your thing? Because I have my comment.
I just have one other thing to say, and it was that although I like it just being a 10-second scene, I didn't like the fact that it was the entire battle was seen in a trailer.
Okay, you took my comment.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Tyrone's comment is now voidless. Oh no.
No, I still have something.
I know, but I'm just saying.
All right, go ahead, Tyrone. Before I take that.
Well, you took the meat out of what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
you have left just the bun. I know.
yeah, it's like here's the thing about it. If they were going to show us Ash Greninja for 10 seconds, fine. If you're gonna tease it, from what I see, this was the equivalent to when, and I know this is gonna sound really stretched, but I don't know if you guys seen the Dragon Ball Z episode where Goku's training with Gohan in the hyperbolic time chamber. Gohan turns Super Saiyan 2, but only for like a couple of seconds, and then he dies down. And Goku's like, oh crap, that just happened. If they're gonna tease Ash Greninja like this, I was hoping for the life of me that they would show at least one difference. It didn't have to be long. It just had to be a most noticeable difference. From what we see here, it's the exact same scene from the trailer. The exact right down to the core. Like I watched the trailer, then I watched this. They all happen in the exact. There's a couple of frames that are skipped, yeah, but it's the exact same thing. And that's what disappointed me the most about it. However, I do like that it's something that they haven't grasped yet.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, it's not just they accept it right off the bat. And they're like, oh,
Yeah,
cool, this is a transformation we can just do now.
It's not like something that they can just do multiple times now. I'm glad that it starts off as something that, because if it were the case, Ash would be able to fly through basically every other challenge now.
And I think that's what sets this apart from Mega Evolution. I feel like this is actually going to be a lot more interesting than Mega Evolution because Mega Evolution can be triggered at any time. And then, of course, you have, like, Lucario and Karina who had, like, the issues along the way. But at the same time, you can trigger a Mega Evolution at will, whereas Ash and Greninja are possibly going to have to do some more bonding to make this work like they wanted to, as the opening kind of infers.
Yeah, it's sort of like finding a random power up, but you're not sure how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Per se, like I don't know if that makes any sense.
no,
Has anyone played?
I get you. Clearly.
Yeah, has anyone played a video game and been like, "Oh crap, how did I do that?" And then you find out it's a random number generator, and
Yeah, I'm wondering if part of their training is going to be to extend the time that Ash Greninja stays in that form. Because I was like, wow, it just went Ash Greninja and then turned right back. I was like, is that just because it's the first time and Ash Greninja is not really used to it? And so it has to, like, you know, it'll steadily get longer each time it transforms.
I want to say this is the first time Pokemon's tried something like this per se, but I could think of some examples where like, oh, this attack worked, but it doesn't work when we try it every time. Like I think Volt Tackle and Iron Tail are big examples
Like I
of
think if
this
they put this,
happening.
I think if they put this in the game, it'd be like the first time you do it, it lasts one turn. The second time you do it, it lasts 2 turns, and it just keeps on going up like that. I feel like this could be similar, where each time Ash activates the Ash Greninja, it's going to get stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
Now, what do you all think of? Because I actually zoomed in and looked at it. He's using Cut.
Yeah, he was using Cut in that scene.
Yeah, we all thought, because when we saw it in the trailer, didn't it look like Ash Greninja just punched Bisharp in the face?
It did kind of look like that.
Just like socked Bisharp in the face.
Ninja Punch.
But now we know that it's Cut. So that raises several questions. Do you guys think that this form increases Ash Greninja's already set attacks?
Yeah, because I mean it's a mixture of I'm gonna just say it's just Aqua Jet roaming around Greninja's body. So basically, you have the Aqua
That
Jet
seems lame
fusion
when
plus
you say
with the
it.
cut. Well, yeah, I mean, like, what do you want me to say? It's Aqua Jet. It clearly
It's
looks like.
obviously a counter shield. Thank you.
Okay,
Oh my
it's
God.
like an bubble shield. There you go. Oh,
Don returns and
Frubble
takes
shield.
credit for
Let's
it.
call it Frubble
He's
shield.
using the BS as armor.
Oh my god. Let's watch. Don's gonna come back and take credit for that. Oh wow, it's my counter shield.
Brock just comes up. He's using it as armor.
Well, you see, Don, when Ash Greninja uses the counter shield, then it comes in water and increases all of its attacks.
How do you notice?
I just do.
And then you just
Serena
seem like
just-
holding the script.
Serena just hits Don with the frying pan.
There's your reference, folks. But yeah, I want to say though, another thing that is something that caught my mind is that we saw some of Greninja's moveset being Water Shuriken, and we know for a fact that Cut is still one part of the moveset. So, what exactly did Frogadier remove to include Water Shuriken?
Probably water pulse.
You think so?
Bubble.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's still a new bubble. No, let's see. What moves did Frogadier know to begin with? They knew Cut, Aerial Ace, Water Pulse, and Double Team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to bank that Water Pulse took the got the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess your dream won't happen, Tyrone.
I think Cut
Yeah.
might turn into Night Slash over time, because wasn't that the use that wasn't that the move that
Sanpei used there.
not Sanpei's, but God, what's his older brother's name?
No,
Like,
Sanpei's Greninja used it too, I think.
Oh, it did? I didn't
Yeah.
notice that. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was the older brother.
Nah, Sanpei's brother. Sanpei used it too.
Okay. I think that Night Slash might take over for Cut, though. Either way.
I hope so. That would be a very versatile moveset he got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Just add Protean and you're good to go.
I think Aerial Ace is there to stay. Double Team probably too, just because it's like a strategy type.
Yeah, like it's a strategic move. You can't. And Ash has shown that he doesn't want to get rid of his strategy moves now.
Nope. So after that, of course, the entire incident finally came to a conclusion. The battle is done. Kagetono loses, but still gets accepted to come back to the village, even though he caused this entire incident to happen in the beginning. But
And he killed a man.
he killed the man.
Yeah, he still killed him.
But he's still free to go. So, so basically, at the end of the episode, we got to see everybody just hanging out in the festival. Sanpei's talking with his brothers and Ash about the fact that Frogadier evolved in the battle and how Sanpei is pretty much all giggity over the fact that there's 3 Greninjas now, 2 belonging to Sanpei and his brother, and 1 being Ash. And then Ash vowed to get stronger to make sure not to lose to either Sanpei, which won't be that hard to do, clearly given Sanpei's record so far, or his
We're
brother.
the 3 Greninja brothers. And then the brother with the Venusaur is just like, wait, what?
I think that's why Sanpei's so happy, because the dude, he had a dream of 3 Greninjas, but that odd one out had to get a goddamn Venusaur instead of a Greninja, so he's so
from
happy.
Fuchsia City, He's that odd ninja that just kind of came
Yeah.
out
You're
of...
like the brother I never wanted.
But yeah, so basically Sanpei's brother becomes the leader of the village. Everyone's super duper happy, and Kagato mentions that he will be leaving the village once again to kind of train anew in a much kinder role, basically. And I believe it's basically the role of what Sanpei did originally, which was to go bond with his Pokemon to become stronger. After that...
So what do you guys... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say after that, they say farewells, and then we had that little tease at the end of the episode where they talked a little bit about Ash Greninja and mentioning... So, I guess the hero Greninja once again came to save the Elder in the situation, and that's how the episode came to an end. And then that's it.
So what do you guys think about the villain switching, like turning into a good guy at the end? I'm mixed on it.
I mean,
He killed
knowing
the guy.
Pokemon, I didn't expect it to end any other way, knowing how Pokemon is with the villains. Except for like Team Flare and Team Galactic, stuff. People like that, they don't reform, They
I mean,
go to
they've
jail.
arrested people before, like the Diggersby poacher.
Oh, that is true. That is true. But I feel like since this guy had like an actual backstory, like there was like more to his character, you could kind of feel that he was gonna turn back, I guess.
I like that it went. I'm mixed. I say I'm mixed because after all that went down, I'm sorry, but a simple "I'm sorry" isn't gonna fix everything.
It's okay. We hated that guy who was standing guard outside anyway. You're back.
we wanted to find a way to get rid of him, but we just didn't know how. So thanks to you,
yes,
we managed to do
thank you. Thank you for killing that guy.
Well, you like to be the leader of the village.
Oh my god! But the fact that
what happened to the Gengar guy either? Ah, screw him.
He's dead.
We wanted to get rid of him too. Hey, look, we saved each other. Yeah.
We're even Steven. But
Oh my god.
like John said, the fact that they gave him backstory kind of justifies it. From what we see, it was a situation of this guy just simply had a corrupt mindset about becoming the head ninja. He's learned his lesson and he's going to start anew, which for the most part is a pretty good ending in terms of Pokemon standards. And it's a pretty good ending. It's an ending I can be comfortable with. Although, like I said, the stakes were so high and so crucial. I don't know if I'm ready to just accept that they're gonna let bygones be bygones after they just attacked the village and kidnapped their leader.
Which...
Well, I have a feeling this isn't the end of his story. I think he might appear once more in XY. Because definitely Sanpei's going to appear again. Because Sanpei's a pretty important character. I hope that...
Sanpei mentioned he's going to be staying at the village.
Yeah, I think this is Sanpei's endgame. Which I would be fine with. This is a great way to end it. Because every time we see Sanpei, Ash and Froakie got stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And this would be a good finish off for them.
I still feel like he needs to have that Ash Greninja battle, though.
Never happened now.
I mean, I would like to see Ash get his comeback because I think Sanpei's the only trainer that's beaten Ash so far, if we're not counting Diantha.
I think so. Wait, Premier, but she's a character of the day. So
you never know. We still have a bunch of episodes left, man.
Either way, Froakie always loses.
Yeah.
I already said if we see Premier again, I have no choice but to sing "Get a Bon." So.
But yeah, overall, I think this episode was great. Yeah, I have to agree with you. Like, at first, I can understand why people would be a little stingy in regards to the entire village basically accepting Kagetono into, all the actions that he did. But I think Kagetono himself acknowledges the errors of his way, which is why he's going to leave the village and not come back, because he's going to train anew to assure that what happened here will not be repeated once again in the future.
From the deepest part of my heart, my bad.
Let's go to 2015.
Oh my god.
You killed the man. And that was my bad.
Public service announcement. I'm sorry.
Please carry on.
To be fair, oops.
I did you all a favor. I killed the man that you guys were wanting to get rid of for so long. Here you go.
I just want him to kick dirt over the guy that's dead. What, man?
Oh my god. But yeah, okay, so I think we talked about everything within this episode overall. And any final thoughts though in regards to this? Like, what do you guys have to say for final
They
thoughts?
need to find Sanpei's middle brother, and they need to find his real parents.
Also, that's
his Bulbasaur based family.
Mm-hmm. They're out there somewhere.
Ash has a Bulbasaur.
That's a whole nother saga that we don't want to talk about.
They're all related through Ash. Plot twist.
Wait, last question. How do you guys feel about Ash fulfilling a prophecy that the clan has been worshiping for years?
Dude, he's an aura guardian. At this point, he can be anything. He's the chosen one. He's the
Yeah.
aura guardian. He's
I was
now
just
the
gonna
hero.
say, yeah, let's take a look at Ash's resume for a second.
The rest.
Yeah, he can get into any college he wants to with that.
He is the ancestor. He is one of the descendants of Sir Orin. Because Lucario said he has the same aura as him. He's fulfilled the Keystone Prophecy with Pikachu. According to the whole Spear Tomb episode that anybody remembers. He performs multiple forms of aura before Battle Frontier ends. He was the chosen one in Pokemon Movie 2000, and now he's Greninja Prophecy Man.
And a hero of the Kalos region.
And he died for our Poke sins.
And on the third day...
Oh, and he met Arceus in a movie. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
He met God
And
himself and
saved
is
it.
now friends with the God Pokemon. To the point that, actually, no, the Hoopa movie we don't talk about. Never mind.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
true.
No.
No. But yes, Ash has one hell of a resume. Sad thing is, he probably still is going to have a lot more to include later within the year. Because there's a crap ton more things left to go.
As long as we can include Kalos League champion, I'm all good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's
Well,
leaving him from entering the college he wants to get into, man.
They can't afford for him to lose now. He's too powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, he's too powerful. Watch,
That's his
releases
motivation.
are-
Now he wins the Kalos League, he gets into Harvard.
No. Here's the thing: Halucha and Talonflame are gonna get released. Noibat's gonna be a Noibat. Greninja leaves Ash. He's stuck with just Pikachu. There you go.
I still think he could win the league with just Pikachu knowing Ash.
Yeah, because plot
just
convenience.
Noibat though. But just Noibat.
Oh my god.
Oh, God. And if
Ash Pikachu confirmed.
I think we can end it on that note.
Yes. So
It's getting out of hand. Koro's about to leak because we're working on a video.
yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I'm extending it because I don't want that to happen just yet. But anyway, though, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our review for this episode. We had a very fun time talking about it because it was a great episode overall. Nothing really that bad in terms of quality or anything in particular. Just little minor moments. But I think
I just
this
wish they
episode
had
was solid.
a better score for this episode too. Like using the generic trainer theme was cool, but like, come on, give me some Elite Four love.
Yeah, that is true. The score, now that you mentioned it, was kind of lacking.
Okay.
That means the dub's gonna be horrible.
Oh no, let's not even go there. Okay, we're done here.
I will have to say, out of the two episodes, the first episode definitely had some fantastic music selection. The second one was a little bit iffy.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to give praise to the first episode, I think music selection-wise, it was a pretty solid one nonetheless. So yeah, it was a little bit generic with it. And especially in one moment in particular, where you clearly could hear that the music went straight on loop. And I was just like, really now? You did that?
I was figuring they'd use a better song for Ash Greninja's transformation, and they didn't. I'm just like, what? They could have. I was like, you could have used anything. Yeah, you could have used Volt. I would not have been mad, actually. They could have used Volt. They could have used. Well, I think it's a little too soon to use Ikuze.
Yeah.
It's a little too soon for that. This is only the 7th episode.
Now, if it was Get to Bon Bon, I don't know about that. That would be
I don't know.
a little too cheerful. Little too
Yeah, that.
Watch, that'll be the dub song. For once, they'll use Get to Bon.
The English version. Oh
We'll be
God.
much, much stronger. Let's go! It's a mess. It's a mess.
Oh my god. But yeah, folks, I think we rambled on long enough then. So in the comment section down below, we want to hear what you folks have to say in regards to this week's episode. Did you enjoy it? Did you dislike it? What was your favorite moment overall? And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed our review for this week's episode. Thank you all so much for joining us here today, and we'll talk to all of you guys later in whatever video we make. Take care, everyone, and as always, have an awesome day.
Peace.
See ya.